Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. Well, welcome to my May Saturday stitching episode. And today we're going to be starting these lovely tree peonies. I did look it up and that's what they called that. I looked up this number specifically, so I'm assuming that's their category name. Yeah. This came from FGNormal, and we're going to be working right up in here on this peony. And the number I'm using is 3804. I got my little owl today because he's light, and he won't weigh down the fabric. Now, if I can get a hold of the fabric, we'll have it made, right? Oh my goodness. Yesterday, it was something. I went and did the laundry and took out the exciting trash. And yeah. Then I sat and I stitched in my chair by my window. It was a beautiful day looking outside. Yeah, I say looking laughingly. It looked great. And the wind was blowing 500 miles an hour. It was awesome. Just absolutely awesome. So, needless to say, and I got blown away just going to get the mail. Yeah, it was special. So I worked on the Megascape for a while. Probably a good 2 hours. Put in some decent threads into that. What else did I work on? I worked on something. Oh, I worked also a little bit, not too much, on that, it's called Flower Street, and it's one of the silk ones. Yeah, I lost all patience in about 20 minutes. Yeah, I was done. Yeah, so wasn't a good day to do that. Then I stitched a little bit on, I think it's called Retro Elegant Flowers, the one with the big huge vase, and then it has a little bitty ginger jar-ish thing over here. And then it has some red flowers at the top and the grapes on the side. Yeah. Just for a bit. And then I was back to the Mega Stitch. Yeah. I really like working on it. I'm trying to work in one area, if you will. But my eyes, once again, got a little tired of trying to cipher out the what do you call it? The symbols, you know. So I just got to take it a little bit at a time. Some symbols are way better than others. So, but I'm trying to finish that front, or that top section, if you will, of the building there that I had started. I noticed Natalia, Lovecraft Forever, yep, she got it too. And one of my viewers stated that they had ordered it as well. It's going to be beautiful. It really is. Yeah, it's so well worth it. Now, she got hers from New Craft Day. I got mine at Fan Sales. So I don't, you know, I've seen all three, mine, Stitcherella's, and Lovecraft's. All three of them. And the canvas all looks the same. Now, Lovecraft's, her thread came in hanks for the most part. So I don't know why that was different. Now, Stitcherella's and mine all were already on the thread cards. So, but the canvas all looked alike. So, I'm excited to keep going. So, and it's a lot easier to stitch on. There's not such big areas. Do you know what I mean? Than the Qingming Festival one. It has a lot of huge areas that you have to stitch. And it just gets boring. There's just no other word in my vocabulary that I can use for it. Now this one, you can just kind of keep stitching, and in a little bit, you'll start to see what is taking place. Sorry, I'll pull you, whoops, pull you a little bit closer here. So yeah, it's a little bit more fun to stitch on. Right now I'm working on putting in all that 3371, which is that dark brown that I told you about. I don't want to leave to last because, yeah, it was a pain in the neck to try to see. So, and it kind of outlines certain things, not everything, you know. I mean, it's not like a coloring book outline, but it kind of does the edge of the roof or the edge of a window or something like that. So I pulled 2 full strands of thread to get that taken care of, and I'm just doing it in a certain area, you know, and then I'll move on, kind of like I did on Riverside. It seems to be the easiest thing to do. I was going to start with some half cross stitches today, but I changed my mind because the color was white, where I could actually see it and be able to stitch it. So I'll just answer your question. The answer, she asked, you know, if you use 2 or 1 on half cross stitch. On 14 count, I use 2 strands to stitch everything. So when I do the half cross stitch, I will use 2 strands, but I'll only go in the first direction of the X. So hang on. Gotta find my hole here. Get there. Let me get up to a top part, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So on a half cross stitch, I'll put in only, let me turn it around so I can get everybody together here. Hang on. This material, I crunched it. It still didn't help. So, now we're going sideways. Whoops. My bad. So, I would only put in that first leg. Whether you go to the left or you go to the right, it's always the first direction, so that all of your half cross stitches will look like, where is it? Like those, right up there. Those 3, I'm going to cover it with my finger right there. Then that is a half cross stitch. And you do that for the entire section of half cross stitch. So just 1 leg, and I just used 2 strands. Now if it was on 11 count and there was half cross stitch, just use your 3 strands just like normal, but you don't make a full cross. Hopefully I explained all that right. If I didn't and you got more questions, put it in the comment section below, because, yeah, I can answer that one way or another. And if I don't know the answer, I will go looking for it. Sure is a pretty color of pink. Kind of stands out. I wanted a color that was darker than white because it wasn't going to work on the half cross stitches. I thought there's some pink in here, but I can't differentiate what's what here. Not in this light. And I've noticed that I do better stitching on the Megascape in better light, because I can see the canvas a little bit better. But if you have one of those lovely, what do you call it, magnifying lights, then I don't know. If you're used to using it, I'm not. Mine's in the bedroom over back in here. Yeah. I never got used to using it, and it just kept getting in my way more so than anything else. Oh, come on. What the heck? But if you're used to using it, you should use it, and then you can stitch better. I notice I stitch better over here where my lights are above my couch, because it can shine up on top of it, you know, right onto the canvas, where it's coming from the side over here in my stitch chair. Hang on, I gotta get rid of this thread. It's getting a bit short. Oops, do not put that there, Laura. Hold, please. There'll be a moment. Put the needle into the... That's why you have pin cushions. I ran into the bag that I have of my pin cushions. All the ones that I got from the stores, I put them all in a bag. Crap. These scissors do not cut worth a damn. They just probably need to be sharpened. They all need to be taken out and sharpened. They've been sitting here. We'll get those out. Aren't those pretty? I love that iridescent metal. It's so gorgeous. Whoops, ran into the wall. Or the camera. You're escaping there, little buddy. Oh, you can't even see her. There she is. We'll go up here and stitch. I love those lightweight needle minders. They work really well on these small ones. And then I don't have to really worry about where my thread is at. And my needle. I could care less where the thread's at. Pretty much. The needle, another story. This should be fairly simple. It's a, what do you call it? It's a partial. So it should be fairly simple to stitch on. I'm going to stitch all the full cross stitches before I ever get into the back stitching. I tried to, not back stitching, half cross stitch, if I could just talk. It's just a bit easier to see. So we'll see how it goes. I do like these little Joy Sundays. They're easy to pull out, put a couple threads in, and then go on to something else. It just breaks up the monotony of doing straight cross on, what do you call it, on 11 count. Sometimes I just get tired of it. And then others, I do this until I have holes in about 4 fingers, yeah. And so by the time I go to bed, I can't even move my hands because they hurt so bad. I know, you're screaming. Put on your thimble. I got it on today because, you know, it is what it is. I knew this material was going to be a bit resistant, if you will. It's kind of stiff, so it makes it harder for the needle. You picked up 2 smaller needles off of my pin cushion. The others that came with the kit are still there. I have 28 needles if all else fails. I must have 40 packets of 28 needles in there. I must have thought I was out, so I just kept ordering them, and I'd order them like 6 or 8 packs at a time. And yes, I use those on 14 count. And then I bought about 4 26 size for 11 count. Because sometimes the fabric is a bit stiff as well, so I don't like using those great big needles. Sometimes I don't want to go through the canvas. So something with a little bit sharper end tends to help the whole project along. So it is what it is, but that's just me. But don't be afraid to change needles if you find something else that works good for you. Because I have suffered through years of just using the same thing that came with the kit, not caring, and then it got to be a little much. So I found out that there's 26 and 28s at 123 Stitch. I'm sure they have them at Michael's and Joann's and Hobby Lobby, and but I don't have any of those places nearby, so here we are. I just ordered them, and I'm sure they have them on Amazon. You'll probably get them there faster from Amazon than you would 123 Stitch. Sometimes, if it's something that's new and really popular or whatever, it does take it a hot moment to get here. Oh, I got 2 more packages to go, guys. They're coming. Mail hasn't gotten here yet today. It's early. So. Wanted to see what these flowers were going to look like. So. I came real close to picking up the fruit bowl thing again, but that didn't happen. Something else came along, and I can't remember what the heck it was, but, I had a sparkly squirrel go zooming through my house. Yeah. Just was not in the mood to go hunting and gathering, because I hunt, I gather. It's like when you're a small child and you want to go play outside, so you drag everything outside. Now it's all outside, but you got to put it all away. Yeah, no, I never liked that part back then. Why would I like it now? Yeah. So after a while, I get 50 of the kits that I've probably stitched on twice, since I drug them out. Yeah, no. Trying to get more selective, but it's just not working for me. Oh yeah, that used to irritate the hell out of my mother. I'd drag all the dolls, doll beds, everything, Barbies, outside, play with it all day long. Did I want to bring that stuff in? No. I did not understand the concept that, in Illinois, humidity and the rain would probably ruin all that shit. Yeah. Nope. It seemed like it took forever to bring it all back in. And it only took 5 minutes when you drug it out there. I'm sure of it. Oh, geez. But we had a good time. And it never really cost much. It seems like the toys lasted forever. Oh, of course, there were the ones that broke, but as far as dolls was concerned, man, that was my main jam. We had Barbie dolls, baby dolls, all kinds of dolls. And play with them for hours, dress them, undress them, dress them again, pretend something new. Go grab a friend and pretend more shit. Now, they don't do that. They'd rather play on a Nintendo game than use their imagination. I guess they're using their imagination in a different direction. I have no idea. But yeah. And it didn't cost $500. I can guarantee that. That would never have been happening in my house when I was little. I can't even begin to think of what the most expensive toy I ever had was. I'm sure none of it was over $5–10 at the most. $10 we'd be living in high cotton. Nope, I don't remember anything being terribly expensive. I realize cost of living and all that, but all that set aside, yeah, no. But it sure did provide hours and hours and years and days of entertainment. Hell, I was good with a box of crayons and a coloring book. I was not hard to please as a small child. I did like to start crafty projects, which about drove my mother batty. And I must have had about 15 cases, or pillowcases, that we all embroidered. Between that and, what else? Oh, dresser scarves. Yes, dresser scarves got embroidered a lot too. But you know, growing up, I never had those Aunt Martha's, you know, where you iron it on. We always got the kits. There was a kit, and it was just a kit, and you had to go and figure out what colors you wanted the flowers or whatever the things were going to be, and what colors, you know. It might have made a suggestion, but other than that, it didn't come in a kit like this. So, yeah. So we always had plenty of thread in my house. Of course, we knit too. Everybody knit. But don't get too excited. We were just into Afghans. My mother, like I said, made maybe one sweater. That was it. Yeah, not too much. But for the most part, all we had was Afghans that we made. So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. We got that much done. Now I get to go up there, and then there's some more of that same symbol over there. And a little bit on the bottom, maybe up in the, what do you call them? The bloom type things. And it looks like kind of nominal back stitching. Pretty straightforward. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.